All right, let's reopen. Oh my god, that is so gross. Hi guys, my name is Borodante, and let's make holes. So today I wanna go back to the two witness characters that we created a while ago for my horror game that I'm working on right now. These guys are finished and ready to be deployed closer to like the middle of the game or whatever. But when I looked at them recently, I just thought one thing, which is like, it looks super lame. We need to change one important thing. Like, generally everything about the characters is looking good, except for the freaking eyeballs. They're so bad. So number one thing I want to do today is I want to simply go ahead and delete the eyeballs and just goodbye eyeballs. Why is the skin still glowing? I guess it's baked in the texture. We're gonna remove that as well. Actually, it's giving me some ideas, but we're not gonna be doing stupid glowing eyeballs that don't reflect anything so far about the game. We're gonna follow the design language that we established with neonates, like with this guts neonate. I created these cool holes in them that go into like a different dimension. They're like infinite holes. And there are these rings of the touch of infinity that surround them. And pretty much, I want to replace the stupid eyeballs with something closer to that. But also maybe working with a contrast scheme of the way the egg yolks on the neonates, their heads work with like softly switching to this black and white contrast. But maybe in this case it will be the opposite, like the skin around the holes will become pale. Something like that. So that's what we're gonna be working on today. I hope I'll be able to refresh the model with the new version of the grandpa, so we would be able to work without the eyeballs. And of course, all of this includes not just retexturing, but also pushing some polygons around. I won't be like going back to sculpts or anything. I don't think I'll need that. I think we can definitely work with what we have in here, with the polygons that are showcased right here, so it will be definitely possible to modify these shapes to make them look a bit more like holes, but also kind of like eyes. So that's pretty much the plan for today. Just wanted to put things together into one design and avoid making my characters looking very dumb. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, and I want to share with you guys the new light I've seen Skillshare in recently. Thanks to Greg Wondra, I watched his course about intro to game design previously, but this time I noticed how much of really precious content he has about working in Unreal Engine. The amount of content, like 20 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, 1 day and 1 hour. Like, there's so much beautiful information in here. And also right now I'm watching this course right here from Sean Fowler. And this course is all about texturing your character in Substance. And what really caught my attention is this part about creating hair cards. My characters right here, they use hair strands, and I've seen how these guys affect the frame rate in Unreal Engine, so I'm probably gonna give these up. But one thing I never thought about, like, how do you create the actual texture of the hair? Sean right here actually used ZBrush to create actual three-dimensional strand of hair. That's a brilliant idea. I'll probably do that in Blender with its really awesome new hair engine, and I'll have something really cool going on. And also keep in mind there's a huge variety of classes on Skillshare, including photography, graphic design, film and video, animation, marketing, music, illustration, UI and UX design, you name it. Pretty much if you have an interest, Skillshare has you covered. If you guys are interested in checking out Skillshare and its awesome content from very cool creative professionals, make sure to check out the link in the video description. The first 1,000 people to subscribe to Skillshare through that link will get a 1-month trial of Skillshare for free. And you can check out a lot of things in that 1 month, I can tell you that much. Anyway, let's start. I just realized I'm gonna need my drawing tablet. So let's go ahead and start with Grandpa, and let's do some editing of this beautiful face. So my plan is simply to do something like this. Oh my god, he's getting very creepy, like he's getting less human. So yeah, this time I don't really need the skin to wrap behind the thing so much, like creating this very wide cavity like that. I kind of need to make it all visible. And I wanna sort of bring it surprisingly much closer to the way Grandma has her thing going on, where it's all like kind of melted away or something like that. So a similar look is gonna happen, but of course in here we need much more stuff to improve the look. I want a much more striking, much higher contrast and more brutal look, because so far they're too soft. I went way too soft on these guys. Okay, so this is like the first phase, and let's do some grab tool action. He's gonna look a lot more like a skull, I guess. Oh my god, yeah, I should be looking at it this way actually, right? Because there's normal maps, so much more information than those. This is brilliant. It's so cool that you can actually sculpt in real time in Eevee. Oh my god, this is looking so gross right now. So let's make it like more asymmetrical. This one will be a bit lowered like this. And this one is gonna be all stretched out and weird. Whoa, that neck looks brutal without the color. Okay, so I think I like it this way. We'll see if I need to add some more changes later if texturing doesn't go well. But yeah, this is already just so much better. Just having this creepy glossy meat stuff, that's beautiful. But yeah, it's gonna be really nasty dark holes with some pale, kind of dusty looking skin around. And for the Grandma, honestly, I'm not even sure if we need to change her exactly, but I'm gonna check it out. All right, I forgot one thing. So Grandma is actually a multi-res object still, even though she's rigged and everything. She's just using a certain level of subdivision that works with the normal map and everything. Why does it look like that? I guess multi-res doesn't support showing textures and stuff like that. Anyway, in this case, I was also thinking we need to make this geometry more subtle, so we would be able to show the touch of infinity and everything. So with all this, I'm sort of trying to remove the expression of their face from their eyes specifically, because I feel like it's just way too much. You know, it needs to be dehumanized a bit more, especially like in the eyes area, because the whole plan was originally that someone else is looking through their eyes. And in this case, we're showing that it goes into this different dimension, and obviously someone is looking from that. But I just hate the idea of glowing anymore. Like, I didn't like it to begin with, but I don't know, I felt like it was a cool thing to have in the dark environment. But no. Just no. It's not dreadful enough to use glowing features on characters like this. So yeah, I think I'm liking this now. Let's see what it looks like in Eevee. Oh my god. So Grandma actually has the darkness of holes the way they are here. So she actually has that texture, darkening and removing specular in the depth of the holes. We'll just need to increase it a bit more. And yeah, Grandpa doesn't have that at all yet, so we'll add that as well in here. It's gonna be dope. So yeah, let's try and move the whole thing to Substance and see what happens. Alright, I brought the Grandpa into Substance. Sadly, I just realized maybe it's somewhere else. I can't find the final version of the Substance project. And whatever I had here before was without these final textures and everything. And also I couldn't really paste in Grandpa so easily. It was reprojecting all the textures. So what I did instead, I just imported the mesh and imported all the textures that I was using in Blender just now. And I'll just be painting on top of them because I don't really need to reuse anything. So that's definitely gonna work here. So right now I'll create this new fill layer and it will be this paleness. And I'll add like a black mask to it. And another fill layer will be my holes material. And let's make a black mask for that as well. So let's start with holes. Oh my god. Oh, that's good. Man, such a different vibe immediately. Now let's do the paleness, mark it in a little bit, and then we'll see how we want it to be. Because not just pure white, it needs to become like sort of gray. So let's see. Oh, it is kind of gray actually. But yeah, like, I guess like this. Metallic 0, roughness more. You know what? We can actually go ahead and also remove specular with this material right here. So everything surrounding the eyes like loses the material effect and becomes like just this black and white look. That would be kind of cool. Oh, height. I don't know about that. Maybe a little bit, just for fun. So yeah, now I feel like going stronger a little bit to see what happens. Oh yeah, this more intense shading with this whole material is looking way better. Like, I don't care about just imitating an actual hole, I need it to look like strange, like it's a shadow that's spilling out of these eyes, even where it's very shallow already. Honestly, maybe even without the pale material, because that looks just like makeup, really. Or maybe I could apply it in like saturation mode, so it literally becomes pale in terms of color, but also I'm removing some specular there. I like the idea of keeping scattering on this pale part though. Like even increasing it, there's pretty strong radius of subsurface scattering, like contrary to this, we go into like this translucent skin kind of area. I kind of like that. Also, what about replacing normal? Because right now we have the whole material defined in a layer, so we can really override the normal map. Replace, right? Because those wrinkles were a bit too skin-like. And this, like, I want this kind of look. Oh my god. So far, this is the look I want to have. We'll also add that touch of infinity. But right now, I think I want to add a little tiny crease shadow in there in the mouth. Maybe it's best to do it like here, if I'll be able to, since this mouth does not open. Oh, I won't be able to see anything this way. Am I doing anything? I guess there's a pretty strong fold of polygons in there. I'm over there. Let's increase the radius a bit then. This is a good chance to really show that mouth, I guess. Now, for the touch, I'm not sure if I want to go with that yellowish color in this case. Let's try like this white color with no specular again, and we'll increase some height on it as usual, and I'll use black mask. So now when I draw, it's like this kind of bumpy look, but that's very white. Okay, you know what? I don't want the white color. Let's not add color. That's what's up. pretty much just a bump. That may be pretty cool. Alright, so this is the normal map. The first time I actually used one of these predator visions, and it actually was useful. So switching... Oh, this is pretty cool actually. Yeah, when it's like really going, it looks pretty nice. Yeah, make it stronger. Maybe it would look a bit too strong right now, but thing is, as I mentioned before, in a game, nothing is noticeable. Like, you have to over-exaggerate everything. So just because it's for a game, I would make this normal mapping even stronger like this. And also maybe even like add extra shading in between the lines to support the visibility of this pattern. I like how it pretty much consumes his face. It's kind of cool. Okay, not sure about this one. It looks like his lips are awkwardly big. Or maybe not, like if we stick to the consistent pattern, it doesn't really look like that. Oh, and in here I want to do this thing where it's like two waves, or like it's like a wooden pattern or some kind of intersection thing going on where like he is made of the stone that's in layers. So these two waves combine into like a smooth single pattern. Even do inside of his nostrils. I feel like at this point I could use some kind of procedural layering thing like this, but I'm not sure if I would be able to pull it off here. Not sure about this very tip of the nose, it looks a bit funny, but let's finish the whole thing first and then see if it doesn't work. So a bit softer in here, and generally we could be softer in some areas because this is really consuming. Maybe it's not bad. One thing, like, I'm really changing the guy here, but witnesses are way more about this whole infinity thing than neonates. Well, kind of. Neonates are pretty much the creatures that were born in that infinity cradle, while witnesses are previously humans that were possessed by some entity from this infinite nature of things. So in that regard, they're sort of less of that, but that's why they're pretty much humans otherwise. But the whole witnessing aspect of it makes them a lot bigger deal than neonates, since neonates are just babies. They're not that strongly present in general, like weaker creatures. Yeah. Somewhere in there, but I feel like we should tone it down in some areas to simply have a face, first of all. So maybe like this. Like mostly present around the eyes, but you, like, if you look closely, you can see that touch going further all over the face. Now about this thing, maybe tone it down even more. Okay, so how about this look? Let's do grandma. I'll create like a smart material and apply it to grandma as well. Now that's the new witness eyes we have. So yeah, let's create that material and let's see in Blender. I love the way the mouth looks now. Looks pretty good with that subtle shade. It's not just the shade, it also introduces some negative height mapping as well. So it's like normal map, increasing some curvature on the mouth. And finally, this. The only thing I'll have to do, the setting on each texture again every time. That's what you have to do in Blender. Even though you're using the same nodes, pretty much almost everything, except for basic color, should be non-color. Then everything renders properly. There we go. I love the strong translucency in this area. It brings some extra flashy context to it, and I really want to have as much as possible of that. Okay, let's move on to Grandma. Oh, I forgot I had cool... Oh my god, I'm not looking there. Cool pattern on the shoes though. Alright, let's move closer to the face now. Which is cool that we have the material in its original state, although we don't really need that, since I'm just gonna throw in this smart material right here, clear some masks, and apply more holes. Only this is a dress. How about doing it on the skin? That works. Oh yeah, I found the mouth. Now the paleness, although Grandma is quite pale already. Now for the touch. I really feel like it could be stronger this time. Alright, that's a lot more subtle than what I was working with right now. Also, let's use this view. Let's just keep going. I feel like I'm kind of missing something. I wonder if we should go like meaty instead of this pale white desaturated thing around the hole. Because, you know, I have no explanation to that, but actually that's more like what I envisioned in my head before I at all verbalized it. So this whole idea of necessarily going with this high contrast thing, I never really saw that. So yeah, we'll see about that meat theory. Okay, so you, red. And glossy. Yeah, I think that's better. We can also use like stronger texture on the way it shows up. Oh, it's very bright actually. Oh, it's 31% opacity. Yeah, let's make it maximum and go from there. Cool, so you can copy and paste the material. So I found moist flesh that's probably used in the hole as well, right? Yep. So yeah, what you can do is right click and just copy content. Just make sure you don't copy from the mask, but from the material itself. And yeah, then just go ahead and paste into content and you get the same material here. Dope. Okay, so let's stick with this version. Right now, I also want to add some holes in these cavities, because with neonates, I ended up doing them like a lot more consistently everywhere, even here. There we go. Now I'll export this as well, and then we do a quick fix around the whole area for Grandpa. Okay, I'm hating the way it looks right now. In Eevee, it's pretty bad, like with actual full shading. What if we just get rid of that meat layer at all? Like no special layer around the hole. Like maybe this will just work way better. If anything, I'll probably even tighten the whole texture in here. Because I feel like it just looks like very soft, blurry nothing. We need to bring back some geometry to look at. Yeah, like, how about this? Because that super soft gradient around the eyes, it just looks really unpleasant. In a bad way. I mean, it may be a cool thing if we would be going for it, but that's not what I'm going for at the moment. I think we can just reopen the project to refresh everything. Yep, only the dress is now dead. Oh, beautiful pink shoes. Where did you get those, Grandma? Okay, this is just so much better. It was weirdly very pink color of that meat. Like in here it looks good, but around that hole, damn, it was bad. So this is night and day, like, because I removed the very vague gradient of blackness in here, and now we can see the shape of that hole, of how this cavity goes inside. This is way better. Okay, so Grandpa is pale at the moment. Let's remove the paleness. So Grandma has this like fleshy color around the holes initially, like it's just in her model from before. Okay, so it is moist flesh, but it's probably applied somewhat different or something, I don't know. Grandpa is actually rocking this soft, vague gradient way better. Like, I think I kind of like it on him. But yeah, the paleness is not necessary. Let's see which color works for you. And yeah, we'll need to remask the whole thing. Oh, I was still in this color mode instead of just normal mode to introduce meat. That's why it looked weird before. Like making everything bright and strange. Because I was like just sort of making the bright skin pink. I played myself. This odd feeling when you're like in some blending mode, but you don't realize it. It's like you're not in control of the color you're painting. Like, why is it coming off so bright? Alright, I like that. Let's give it a try. I don't think I wanna remove the hole all that much, but maybe let's do that a little bit to see some of those insides, kind of like that, and make sure it's real black in there in the center. Yeah, this is looking more fun. You're seeing some extra rings on the inside. It looks more fun. Alright, let's reopen. Oh my god, that is so gross. In a good way this time. Damn, all these detailed textures in here that shine so much with this meat. Man, this is looking disgusting. Like, they're so round holes, like someone drilled into his skull in a way. And Grandma is all more of a bleh. But that's Grandma. She's generally like more of a dusty kind of look. And Grandpa is a bit more chipper. Alright, so here we are. The new looks. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think it's a huge progress from what it was before. Alright, here we go. I didn't know that Grandpa's eyeball was poking through the skin. But yeah, here's before and here's now. A funny cartoon. Oh, let's hear what you guys have to say. This spot is a bit lame. I should fix that. Alright, let's see the improvement. Much better. The hair became really bright. What's up with that? Grandpa's hair is just shaded nicely like 3D objects. This is all over the place. But oh my god, I have no idea how I could put up with this for like a year. These eyeballs are so terrible. This is so much better. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Maybe you have other ideas. Maybe I'm missing out on some cool way of improving this further. But yeah, for now, this is it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out that link in the video description if you want to watch some cool courses on Skillshare for a month. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! Oh yeah, also Grandma's holes improvement, which is not a sentence I'm happy to say. But yeah, more holes.